Shade Tree Toolman here, and today I'm gonna do a toolbox tour and just show you what all you can fit in a toolbox of this size. Now, I do not own any fancy rolling tool carts or bake mechanics toolboxes, but I thought it would be interesting to just show you my small chest of drawers here and show you what you can fit, or give you an idea of what you might be able to fit in a toolbox of this size. Over here on the side here, what you see is obviously a Summit Racing sticker, but I have two magnetic parts trays. I have a big one and a smaller one that has about 5 compartments. These are really handy for when you are taking apart something that has small screws or small fasteners or parts of some sort and you don't want to lose them. These are very handy. I just keep them on the side of the toolbox. Moving into the top part section here, one thing you'll notice here, this is just a Tekton inch metric decimal fraction equivalent chart. Over here, this I never showed in a video, but all this is a really cheap flashlight work task light. It takes 3 AAA batteries. You click it once to turn on the flashlight. You click it to turn it off, click it again to turn on the task light. Every time you click, it turns one on, and you click again to turn that off, and click a third time to turn on the other item. Over here, you see another Summit Racing sticker and a gray pneumatic sticker. Over here, you'll probably remember this from my video, but this is that ARES socket and bit holder. And as you can see here, those items are not moving nowhere. Holds a variety of 1/4-inch hex bits along with some socket adapters. Inside the actual top part of the tool chest, what you will see in the very back is the Tekton 3/8 drive SAE socket, both shallow and deep. The 3/8 drive metric sockets, both shallow and deep. The 1/4-inch drive SAE sockets, both shallow and deep. The metric 1/4-inch drive, both shallow and deep. And these are those cheap ARES socket tray holders. As you can see, these fit in here just fine, both shallow and deep for both 1/4-inch drive and 3/8 drive. Now, I have never done a video on these, but these are just some really cheap Craftsman spark plug sockets that feature the rubber O-ring. If you are a mechanic that wrenches on cars a lot, you're probably going to have something a lot better than these. And honestly, I haven't yet to really use these, but maybe I will in the future. Over here off to the side, you'll also recognize this from a video I did, but this is that Tekton branded pliers holder, pliers organizer tray, and most of these are Tekton pliers that I have, but I do have a couple old, don't know what the brand are, needle nose pliers that I keep in here. Perhaps those are Tekton and I don't know it. And then here, this was my very first original 1/4-inch multi-bit holder screwdriver. I just keep that on hand just in case I need one for any reason. This here is a cheap Craftsman. Some people say these are really gimmicky, but this is a 1/4-inch hex shank ratcheting screwdriver from Craftsman. That actually came with a set of 1/4-inch hex shank bits. Now, I can't really attest to the quality of these, but I'm guessing there's going to be a lot better quality bits out there. But if you're looking for a ratcheting screwdriver and want something cheap that comes with quite a few bits, this might be an option for you. And then I also have a smaller set of Wiha German bits. Now, I can tell you these are German made as far as I know, and so these are going to be a lot better quality than the Craftsman bits. And then moving along, in the first 3 sets of drawers, over here, what you see here is the Tekton branded extensions. I have a set of 1/2-inch drive, 1/4-inch drive, and 3/8 drive extensions, and I believe they each have a 3-inch, 6-inch, and if I'm not mistaken, either 9-inch or 10-inch extension. There are also, for each of these drive sizes, 2 longer extensions you can purchase, but if I wasn't mistaken, these are both 6-inch, 3-inch, and either 9 or 10-inch. The second drawer has a few miscellaneous items. The first item is my DeWalt box cutter utility knife. This is my favorite everyday knife. This is has some heft to it, feel good in the hand, and I really prefer these knives over flip knives. Before I started using the DeWalt utility knives, I was actually using these Tool Shop branded flip knives from Menards. I have about 2 or 3 of these around the house and have used these in the past a lot, but I have since switched to the DeWalt utility knives. I really like those slide out utility knives over the flip knife. Now, I have never did a video on this, but this is a drill guide. What you do is you make a mark on your board where you want to drill a hole. You take this drill guide, you find the size of hole you're going to drill, and line that up with your mark on the board, clamp it in place, and then you get out your drill and the correct size drill bit, and it helps you to drill into the wood and supposedly drill a perfectly perpendicular hole into that wood. Now, this is not something that I have used, but if I was to get a little more involved in woodworking, I would probably find myself using that. The other item here is just some cheap Mayhew punches. If I'm not mistaken, I forget the sizes, like 3/32, 1/8, and maybe even 1/4. I forget the exact size. Don't even know where I got these. But I just noticed recently those are a Mayhew branded product. The third small drawer here is just some hex wrenches. I have a set of SAE and metric Craftsman branded hex wrenches. If I'm not mistaken, these are just cheap made in China ones. Yep, made in China. Now, I do have some stubby Allen wrenches here, hex wrenches. These are actually made in America. I have a small set of metric and a small set of SAE. In the third drawer here, I have some ratchets and breaker bars and some miscellaneous items. And so up towards the top, I have a 1/2-inch drive, 18-inch long breaker bar, a 3/8 drive, 18-inch long breaker bar. I have a 3/8 drive, 18-inch long ratchet. I have the 1/2-inch flex head ratchet. Now these are semi-locking flex head ratchets. They're not completely locking. They have detent positions. I don't want to move on me, but these have detent positions and they somewhat lock into place, but not permanently. And these are all Tekton branded ratchets. I also have just the regular 1/2-inch drive ratchet. I have a 3/8 drive flex head ratchet, and then just 2 regular 3/8-inch drive ratchets. And then I have the 1/4-inch flex head ratchet, just the regular 1/4-inch ratchet, and then a 3/8-inch drive stubby Tekton ratchet. Now, in general, from what I understand, is Tekton's ratchets are a 90-tooth design, and a lot of people like 90-tooth ratchets. There are some. One would be Koken. Koken has some 72-tooth ratchet that are a lower tooth count, but are a really good product. Now, I don't own any Koken ratchets, but these are all Tekton ratchets, and from what I have used these, what little bit I have used these seems to be decent quality ratchets, and hope to use them further in the future. And then I have a couple. One is a Tekton brand, but a 1/4-inch nut driver. This just allows you to put any 1/4-inch drive or any 3/8-inch drive with an adapter on the end of that and turn that into a hand nut driver. It also has a 1/4-inch drives female end on the end, so this can serve as a extension on its own. So if you have a 1/4-inch ratchet, as you can see here, you can put that on the end of there and turn that into kind of like an extension. Similar to that, from the Williams Tool Company, bought this on Amazon. Like the Tekton one, this will turn any 1/4-inch drive socket into a nut driver. And you can also attach a 1/4-inch drive ratchet on the end there, and this will be kind of like an extension when you're using it with a ratchet. I have yet to use this yet, but I know that's going to be a handy thing. And then I just have another cheap DeWalt ratcheting screwdriver. Even though this is a DeWalt item, I don't think it's anything really substantial. Some people don't like ratcheting screwdrivers. Some people feel they're gimmicky. But I use screwdrivers a lot for various things, and that comes in handy when I need it. And then this is just my screwdriver drawer. Nothing fancy, for just general purpose basic screwdrivers. I like these plastic acetate, or whatever you call them, handles. Most of these screwdrivers are just Craftsman brand screwdrivers, but most of the Craftsman screwdrivers, when I purchased them, they were still being made in America. But I do have a couple that are made in China. Now all their screwdrivers are made in China, but a lot of these were purchased when they were still made in America. I also have a couple not Craftsman, but Masterforce, which is a Menards house brand. These Masterforce screwdrivers, like most of the Craftsman, are made in America. Most of these screwdrivers are made in America. Just got a couple random T25 torch screwdrivers here. This one is a Wiha brand, Wiha, German brand screwdriver. Found that in a thrift store. And then finally, the last drawer is just some miscellaneous stuff. Some adjustable wrenches, some channel lock style pliers, some miscellaneous pliers, and some vice grip locking jaw pliers. I plan on purchasing at least one more of those plier organizer dividers and reorganizing this drawer and trying to consolidate some things together. And so as time goes on, this is going to change a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this and point out that even with a small chest of drawers like this, you can fit quite a bit of stuff in here if you take the time to get some of these organizers and organize it. You can have a pretty good setup without having to buy a fancy tool chest. And so just wanted to show you that. Hope you enjoy this video, and adios.